Hi, hello, hi. Welcome to another sketchbook session. Today I'm doing another redraw because I can't come up with something new. But anyway, today I'm redrawing my Sally Face pages with a removable magnetic mask. Sorry, I mean prosthetic. I will be using, of course, paper and coloring supplies, as well as scissors, cardboard, glue, some foam tape, and a thin magnet. Here's a quick look at the older pages. I have shown them in my other videos before, but yeah, it's basically just Sally Face, and you can remove his prosthetic, revealing his face, and the bangs are also a separate piece, so the mask can just slide underneath. Yeah. I make 3 pieces for this page: the prosthetic, the bangs, and of course Sally Face himself without the prosthetic and bangs. I was gonna film the sketching process, but I literally couldn't see what I was doing, so I just did it off camera. Sorry. Then I start doing line art. My liners, as well as most of my materials, are cheap. I buy them at my local stores. These liners specifically I got from Pepco, and even the brand is Pepco, so I lost the light green somewhere though. I still cannot find it. It's been months. And I use my lamp to make sure that all of the pieces line up nicely. This time I got lucky and got it first try. The coloring will be a little different this time because I got new markers. They used to be nicely organized, I promise. Mine are called Touch Youch, I guess. I had these exact ones a while ago, and they were just called Touch. And I've gotten messages from other people saying they had or have them too under completely different names. So I guess it's just some kind of cheap knockoffs or something. But I don't really care. I'm nervous to jump into more expensive brands right now. These markers aren't too bad, I would say. I'm not an expert though. They do bleed through my paper pretty bad, so I have to keep that in mind. Only thing is, I wish the store I bought them at had bigger sets. They only had sets of 48, so that's what I got. My technique is kind of just guessing. I'm still learning how to use these. I also use pencils because I'm too scared to shade with markers, and I don't have all the colors I need, unfortunately. And of course a white pen for some highlights, as usual. Though I kind of wish that I did more on the clothing, especially the pants. I just kind of filled it in with one color, didn't really do any shading or highlights. But I like how I did the hair. And of course I do the same with the other 2 pieces. I also glue them to some cardboard to make them more sturdy. While that was drying, I went ahead and painted the page black with some acrylic paint. I also used markers, paper and cardboard to get solid colors for my backgrounds. But in this sketchbook I'm sticking to paint and markers to keep everything as thin as possible. If you saw my previous sketchbook, it's thick as all hell. And as cool as it is, at some point it's just hard to draw in it, you know? And it's hard to store. Next, I cut out all of the pieces. I keep the border around the prosthetic and banks as thin as I can so they don't stand out too much. And now it's time to assemble this thing. First, I use some foam tape on the edges of the banks. I make sure the prosthetic can still slide underneath and look nice. And now I pull out my magnet. You can get these from yogurts, and I've used magnetic bookmarks before. It just needs to be a thin magnet so you can use it in a sketchbook. I constantly make sure both pieces stick together. I cut one half to fit the prosthetic, and the other half goes on the back of the main drawing. I line it up one last time and leave the glue to dry. And now I just glue the drawing to the page, let it dry, and do the background. I'm changing it from the previous ones. I'm just doing some stars in white and red, inspired by this person I saw on YouTube. This little red marker is so good, by the way. It came with a blue folder thing you saw at the beginning. There's no name on it or anything, but it's so juicy. I love it. I have it in blue and green as well. And that is it. Overall, this page is pretty simple, but I wanted to show you how I've used magnets in my sketchbook. I'm sure there are countless ways you can use this, not just for masks or prosthetics. And here is a little comparison of all 3 pages. And thank you for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed this video. All of my other socials will be on screen and in the description. And bye!